Relevant considerations when evaluating the possible causes for a patient presenting with a high anion gap metabolic acidosis. This is when there is an increase in the anion gap due to the accumulation of acids in the body. These acids can be exogenous, meaning from external sources, or endogenous, meaning produced within the body. There are various causes of elevated gap acidosis, including methanol and ethylene glycol poisoning. Methanol and ethylene glycol poisoning are classic examples of toxic alcohol ingestion that lead to elevated gap acidosis. Challenges exist in diagnosing toxic alcohol poisonings, as real-time testing for these specific forms of alcohols is often unavailable. Osmolar gap has been traditionally used to screen for toxic alcohols, though the sources caution against relying solely on the OG, warning that relying on an osmolar gap alone may be misleading. Low OG can provide false reassurance that may not accurately reflect the true OG due to variations in individual baselines among other factors. It's important to understand that it's not the ethylene glycol in itself that is so damaging to the human body. Our health typically relies on the same metabolic processes that are responsible for both the production and conversion of toxic metabolites through its attempt to break down something like ethylene glycol, which breaks down into its highly toxic metabolites. This means that our body system that's designed to keep us in homeostasis and ultimately sustains life is what actually becomes weaponized against a person who has been poisoned with such a substance such as toxic alcohols. So as the parent alcohols are metabolized into their toxic metabolites, the OG decreases even as the patient's condition deteriorates, making it rare when any one single test or symptom would help to diagnose such a dilemma. The care team also have to act fast when a patient presents with these symptoms, often meaning they must treat the patient based on assumptions in a desperate attempt to save their lives before anyone will have an opportunity to really, thoroughly investigate what happened to the patient. There is enough current knowledge on the subject to at least make this an educated guess rather than just a haphazard guess. When there's lives on the line, it is vital the hospital staff understand various combinations, clinical observations, along with certain test results that are highly suggestive of a toxic alcohol poisoning in order to save these patients.